Girl, you ate that.
Oh my god, stop.
I built this brick by brick.
Oh, stop.
6, 7.
Dude, you are hilarious. Where do you come up with this?
Let him cook.
What?
Livy Dunn, the Rizzler.
What? Huh? No one says that anymore.
Hit the gritty?
What?
No, don't say it, do it. No,
What are
don't say
you-
that. Don't say that either.
What are you looking at?
Um,
Huh? I'm gonna tell him to bring up low taper fade because it's still massive. What the fuck?
So the other night, like many nights, I was doing what I usually do, engaging in social media market research to evaluate emerging cultural trends, content formats, and audience behaviors in order to identify opportunities for strategic engagement and creative development. And I happened upon this new trend on social media that's been gaining a lot of traction lately. It's along the lines of somebody saying, I'm not an influencer, but I'm going on a flight. How many brands can I get to comment on my TikTok? And of course, they get all these brands commenting on said TikTok. And it's a big win for the creator. The creator of the TikTok's replying to all the comments, super happy. People are congratulating them because of course their dreams are coming true. Some people are already booking flights to LA because you made it, baby. It's so nice of these big corporations to do a little bit of community service work and help out these little up-and-coming creatives by giving them a bit of attention. Super cute and wholesome, right? Wrong. It's not cute, it's a symptom of a culture collapsing under late-stage capitalism, where parasocial marketing has blurred the lines between genuine human connection and corporate manipulation. Advertising has now seeped into our humor, our friendships, and our sense of self, to the point where we don't just consume ads anymore, we live inside them. Matter of fact, we are them. Do you hear me? We have become the ads. Speaking of ads, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. When a brand comments on your TikTok, it makes you feel noticed and larger than life. Many people see this as a life-changing thing, a you made it moment. It feels like a king stepping down from his great castle up on the hilltop, coming down to where the peasants reside and handing a lady a rose. The king still has the castle, the gold, and all the power in the world, but the peasant walks away satisfied with just a single flower. Because even though they were a peasant in a sea of peasants, they were the peasant that was noticed. That's the dynamic these big corporations have online. These corporations, in a way, are new rulers in this capitalist system, hold all the money and influence, yet people feel so rewarded just because they drop an emoji in your comment section. Crowds are easier to win than noblemen. Give them bread, give them circuses, and they'll love you. An accurate quote from the famous historic text, Game of Thrones, still accurately depicts our current time. In the modern world we live in, everything is marketing. Every interaction that has anything to do with the brand is carefully designed to sell you something. Over the last decade, we have seen this shift to relatable marketing. Instead of presenting themselves as corporations, brands now present themselves as people. They tweet jokes, they post memes, and write their captions as if they're your relatable friend. A quote that is actually from a book, Naomi Klein's No Logo. Consumers don't truly believe there's a huge difference between products, which is why brands must establish emotional ties with customers. People have learned that in order to sell things, they have to make them relatable to their audience. It's the same reason that Jesus Christ, a Middle Eastern man born in the Middle East, has blue eyes and blonde hair in multiple churches in America. Because it's easier to sell a religion to someone that reflects something inside them, similar to selling a product or service. Corporations exploit people's loneliness and blur the boundaries between actual human interaction and advertising and insert themselves into the role of your trusted companion. These brands are not your friends. They never have been and they never will be. And the fact that they pretend to be is just a sign of just how far marketing and ads have infiltrated daily life.
Not enough people talk about how funny it is when a brand just comments on your TikTok.
Have you noticed how the best brands on TikTok are breaking all the rules, and put simply, they're just having fun?
Brands acting cute and relatable on the internet shouldn't be seen as funny. These companies are going beyond billboards and commercials and are now even infiltrating our own primary social spaces. They don't care about you or your posts. They ultimately just seek profit. Everything a company does is a strategic move to sell you something and get their name stuck in your head. And this just happens to be the way they're doing it for young people. And honestly, they're never funny. They just regurgitate whatever's the trending meme that's going on. They don't even put their own spin on it or anything.
The final 6-7 weekend of 2025 is 67 days away. Send this to 6 or 7 people to prepare or tag them.
But because they're breaking that standard that most corporations follow, people eat it up. The idea that these brands are just having fun and letting their social media managers run wild is incredibly false, and in reality, it's all very calculated. They're not here to have fun on the apps like the rest of us common folk are. They're here for one thing and one thing only, and that's the green, baby. It honestly pisses me off how some people can't see through it sometimes. Love is sharing a password. Oh, that one's kind of cute actually. Maybe, oh. Right. It's a hard watch to see these brands desperately try to fit in. Like, I think for me, it always sort of felt like that one Steve Buscemi meme.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Remember when Slim Jim went viral just for tweeting mommy over and over again? And remember when Burger King went viral for just tweeting? Yeah. Right. A lot of this type of content claims to be for Gen Z, but it feels more like an out-of-touch millennial, maybe even Gen X, maybe even Boomer, trying to do an impression of what someone in Generation Z would enjoy. I don't know why I said that like it's not my generation. In my generation would enjoy. I think it's important to look back at the past to see what I believe was the start of this new social media relatable marketing trend. Wendy's fast food company. Wendy's. Not only do they make a mean chicken Asiago burger, which is a very underrated menu item that I would highly recommend, they were also sort of the pioneers of this new age of marketing. I mean, sure, Wendy's is far from the first company to try to come off as your friend in order to gain your trust and business. I mean, State Farm's whole motto, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, is literally saying to trust us as if we are your neighbor. And they really are good neighbors, except for that one time they exponentially raised their rates after everyone's house is burnt down in California, faked damage reports after Hurricane Katrina, and discriminated against their black policyholders. But hey, we all have our vices, right? But with social media, Wendy's was able to take this concept to a whole new level, especially with the app Twitter. If you weren't on the internet in 2017, not only did you miss the peak of a once great app before Elon Musk turned it into the incel hub that it is today, you also missed what is now Wendy's iconic roasting sessions on said app. Wendy's Twitter account became a huge cultural phenomenon because it was one of the first companies to break away from that polite and safe type of marketing that we were used to from corporations.
This is a company that gets it. Whoever is director of marketing here and letting this happen should have everybody looking at them.
So is this a normal thing for a big company like Wendy's to do this on social media?
No, it's not common at all. Like, I don't even think I've seen a company throw so much shade.
Not that I've seen. I don't think it's a normal thing. I think it's pretty new and awesome.
Hell no! Businesses would just go like, we need to keep to regulations and health and safety and blah, 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 blah.
Instead of generic brand posts, the account started tweeting in a sarcastic, witty, and sometimes outright even crude style of tone. The most famous examples would be when Wendy's would playfully roast customers and even other fast food chains. And this was at a time when it was seen as pretty taboo and distasteful to go after your competition in advertisement. But this strategy worked because it was the first of its kind, and it was new, fresh, and unexpected, and a little edgy, at least for the time.
Y'all should give up. McDonald's got you guys beat with dope-ass breakfast. Oh, you don't have to bring them into this just because you forgot refrigerators existed. They're getting a little bit spicy there, okay.
Oh shit. Oh my god, savage Wendy.
The fact that Wendy's is still responding, that's what's so brilliant.
It's a little petty. I wish they could be that funny without like taking down anyone else.
This guy stinks!
Especially compared to how most corporate accounts spoke online. It turned the Wendy's brand into a pop culture figure, boosting engagement, making headlines, and of course, the dough they were racking in wasn't too bad either.
A good, healthy amount of sass. Like, I want to now go to Wendy's and purchase something from them because I'm like, you have personality, and I appreciate that.
But they set a new standard for how brands could use social media to be relatable and entertaining and not just promotional. It humanized the brand. People didn't see it as this big conglomerate conglomerate corporation, it was seen as one of us. At the time, a lot of people were saying that the CEO's 16-year-old daughter stole his phone and was just tweeting off the account, which obviously wasn't true. In reality, this was all crafted by a team of expert marketing execs and social media specialists. Every tweet probably went through multiple drafts, multiple checks, and multiple approval meetings from upper management. But of course, they don't want you to know this because that kills the whole vibe of the spur-of-the-moment impulsive tweets like the ones Kevin Durant was making around that time. I don't know what was going on with him.
Hashtag you ever wake up in the middle of the night and think about a girl you like or starting to like and sit at the edge of the bed and say, damn, I want her. I'm watching the History Channel in the club and I'm wondering, how do these people know what's going on the sun? Ain't nobody ever been there. Girl, you look like a bacon and egg sandwich. You look good.
Scarlett Johansson, I will drink your bathwater, hashtag random, and that's why he's one of the greatest to ever do it. Are you kidding me? Once you have the image of a group of adults in a boardroom, brainstorming and workshopping quirky, relatable one-liners on a whiteboard, sending them up the chain for approval, it completely kills the spontaneous vibe that these tweets were delivering, because it brings you back to reality, and the reality is that this is a brand that is using you for profit. But clearly we can see in the year 2025, this started a trend. Now, all over social media, we see brands desperately trying to be relatable and blend in and be loved. And unfortunately, it works more times than it should.
Walk up in the party with the cat feeling crispy. Oh, let's go, Jim too cold, need a wrist for the show.
Duolingo was insanely popular, beating out much bigger brands in terms of following on social media platforms because they had an amazing grasp on relatable marketing and how to fit in with this new generation that doesn't even have the attention span for long-form ads anymore. But it all looks so casual. But every tweet, every comment, every emoji is probably carefully calculated to max out relatability to get more profit. And it works because people don't see the team behind it. They just see this account that's acting just like us. But I guess you could say they're not like us.
Because they fired all the workers, replaced them with AI. Not a great business move.
When I see a TikTok like this, it's relatable because I find joy in knowing that another human thinks and acts the same as me, even though we don't know each other. It's a bit of a bonding moment, actually, between two people who don't know each other, and it kind of goes to show how all humans are connected and we really aren't so different from each other. But when one of the most wealthiest corporations in the world posts something like this,
I got broken up with yesterday with my girlfriend of 6 weeks. She fell in love with another man. And yeah, I know what you're probably thinking. What is, this is the Brisk account, Brisk Iced Tea. Like, why is it posting about this? Look, this is my art form, okay? Some people write songs, some people paint, some people make sculptures, but me, I make ads for drinks. And I know how to express myself, and so what? We have a new delicious flavor called blood orange that you should definitely go out and try. But maybe we take a moment to look at the human behind the brand, or behind the TikToks of the brand. Maybe it's time we take a look at the human behind the TikToks of the brand.
What do you think my reaction to that's gonna be? The company is literally saying, hey, ignore the fact that we're a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. Think about the human who's talking right now and who's telling you the story. Except it's not even a human, it's literally an AI voice.
Yesterday with my girlfriend.
Brands doing this just ruins the community space. A multi-billion-dollar corporation does not miss their ex, does not have the same interests as you, and most of all, will never empathize with your struggles. Yet the language and personality of these brands are increasingly designed to make you forget this basic truth. Because of course, brands are not people. Well, I guess they are. Technically, right? They have their workforce, the CFO, the CMO, and everyone that works there. But they're not people like how we're people. Okay, wait, that sounded a little crazy. What I mean is they don't have a face like you and me. They have a logo. I mean, brands technically do have a face of the company, the CEO, right? Most companies got some rich old white guy like this as their CEO. But who cares about him? I mean, if I looked like him, no one would care about me, right? Wait, hey, wait, no. That's why things like Logan Paul and KSI's Prime and Mr. Beast Beast's festivals work so well. They started a business while already having a loving fan base that has a lot of trust in them, almost as if it was one of your friends who's starting a business. They went from influencer to corporation, instead of corporation to influencer. For children's television, there's been strict regulations since the 1970s. The FTC and the FCC have put limits on how companies can market to kids. That's why SpongeBob or Mickey Mouse can't directly tell kids, hey, you should buy this toy, because cartoon characters are considered inherently persuasive to children. So regulations ban what's called host selling, where the same character of the show that's playing also pitches a product during the commercial breaks. The idea was that kids couldn't distinguish entertainment from advertising, so corporations weren't allowed to blur that line. However, those rules were written for television, not social media. Today, influencers like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, or any other creator that sells directly to their young audience with no comparable restrictions are, in a way, even more powerful than SpongeBob ever was. Because SpongeBob was a fictional character. Kids might like him, but some were probably able to tell that he wasn't a real character. Influencers, on the other hand, don't play a character. This is their real self, more or less. And they thrive on parasocial relationships. Their audience already feels like they know them, like they can trust them, and even like they owe them their support. So when Mr. Beast releases a new chocolate bar and tells his young audiences to buy it, it is way more effective than a cartoon mascot ever could be. And yet he has way less regulations. So corporations saw this and figured, since corporations can't make these cartoon mascots promote their products on television, why not just make their own mascot and promote it on TikTok? I could make a whole video on parasocial marketing from influencers, but I already feel like it's been done to death. But I bring it up to prove a point. If you can agree that all these influencers turning into brands are bad, imagine how bad it is that brands are turning into influencers. When a brand interacts with you on social media, it triggers the same part of your brain as if a celebrity were to interact with you on social media. And I could go into how celebrities are also technically brands and they also technically profit off of you, but now we're giving That's what a parasocial relationship is. A one-sided bond where you feel connected to someone who doesn't actually know you. Normally reserved for YouTubers, musicians, or streamers. Now it's especially scary when corporations do it. Now people say Duolingo's so funny, Slim Jim is my favorite TikToker, Nutter Butter is so crazy. As if we feel like we know these brands just from their TikTok accounts that are really just one big commercial that you're starring in. Traditional marketing just doesn't hit the same anymore. People are able to skip commercials, block pop-up ads. So brands started to adapt, started to blend in, started to make it so you don't even know you're being marketed towards. A quote from Jeffrey Gatomer reads, "The best marketing doesn't feel like marketing." And that really applies to this situation. These brands' comments don't feel like an ad to most people. It looks and feels just like ordinary internet activity. It blends right in. We're humans, we're wired to crave community. And when brands participate in our community, even if it's an online community, we can't help but drop our defenses. We want to love it. We want to believe that these brands are just having a fun time like the rest of us. We share it, we laugh at it, we engage with it, and in the process, we're doing their marketing for them. People are starting to wake up though.
No, but it's just, there's nothing more I hate than seeing brands in comments. Because it's not brands.
Those multi-billion-dollar companies who go around commenting on regular people's posts like they're a normal person, low-key kind of annoy me.
I've been noticing recently a lot more people speaking out about this because people are finally realizing that they are being used. They're a marketing tool. More and more people have stopped seeing these brand interactions as casual engagement. Instead, they are understood as marketing tactics designed to humanize the brand, gain visibility, and stay relevant within internet culture. But the attempts are now starting to backfire as corporations' use of memes, slang, or other internet culture can come across as performative and usually pretty cringe and funny, highlighting the disconnect between us and these big brands. I haven't even mentioned that all these big brands are always verified, of course, but verified accounts always get pushed to the top of comment sections, so their visibility can overshadow the voices of actual users, shifting the spotlight away from genuine interaction. This dynamic contributes to a sense of oversaturation, as users are already bombarded with insane ads across social media.
Hi guys.
Come with me to Amazon.
Come along with me into
Come with me to try
Come with me
me. Come with me. Come with me.
Come with me.
Come with me.
Come with me.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
And to end this video off, I just want to be clear, I'm not saying that any of these brands are morally in the wrong for marketing themselves on social media. Duh, like you gotta do what you gotta do to advertise. If I had my own business, I'd be marketing it in the exact same way, except I'd like to think it would be a little bit better, maybe a little bit funnier. I don't know. I have more of an issue with the annoying system at hand. And truthfully, if it was up to me, I'd make brands pay to comment on TikToks. That's right, I'm implementing a comment tax. I'm implementing a comment tax. It's gonna be the greatest comment tax you've ever seen. They're usually billion-dollar corporations getting free viral marketing by just commenting on regular civilians' videos. Might as well throw a couple bans their way for all the free marketing, right? Anyways, guys, thank you for listening to me yap as usual. Please like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. And don't forget to click that link in the description to get 10% off of Raid Shadow Legends.